Jaya Chadiya Seva Semajiya Jaya Chadiya Seva Semajiya Mukhe Bolo Hari Hari
Mukhe bolo Hari Hari.
Daiko Owe Bai Tribhuvane Nai Amona Doyala Data
Deko Owe Bai Tribhuvane Nai Amona Doyala Data.
Pashupaki Joy Pashana Vidore
Pashupati Jore Pasana Vidore
Unijala Gunagata
Shunijara Gunagata.
Samsara Majia Bonili Pokia Sekadena Ilo Asha
Sansara Mania Mohila Podia Separina Hiro Asha.
Apana Karama Punjaya Shamana
Apana Karama Vunjaya Shamana
Kohoye Lo Chanada
Kohoye Lo Kṛṣṇadāsa.
Jaya Gauranitai 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 Jaya Gauranitai
Jaya Gauranitai Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Gauranitai Jai Go Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Good morning everyone, here and there. Welcome to our morning program here in the west side of Sri Caitanya-caritāmṛta, London. Beautiful day, wonderful day, and we're very happy to have devotees back with us. Devananda Prabhu back and Anu Kṛṣṇadāsa back from their journeys and pilgrimages, and a wonderful day as the appearance day of Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur. Ki Jai. Jai Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev-Gosvami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Srila Guru Maharaj Ki Jai. Look at this beautiful garland from Mahāprabhu for Gurudev. And every day in the Sri Caitanya-caritāmṛta we are reading Sri Caitanya-caritāmṛta. And if you read the Caitanya-caritāmṛta, one of the effects that is brought about by the kripa mercy of Vrindavan Das of Kṛṣṇadāsa Kavirāja Gosvāmī is an eagerness and desire to hear the Chaitanya Bhagavat of Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur, because of his beautiful praise and glorification and affectionate love for Vrindavan Das Thakur. So, and then by the grace of Rasamaya Pandit Devidasi Pandita, we found a beautiful piece on Sri Gaudiya Darshan by Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev-Goswami Maharaj from the Sri Gaudiya Darshan. We've just been hearing about Sri Gaudiya Darshan in affectionate guidance and how that wonderful publication came about. Well, on the 17th of May 2012, this piece was published. So we're going to start with that today in honor of Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur and in honor of Srila Kavirāja Gosvāmī also, and Tuti, all the Vaishnavas. In honor of the appearance day of Sri Vrindavan Das Thakur today, we are presenting the pranam mantra Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami composed for him, as well as a lecture in which Srila Govinda Maharaj explains the mantra's meaning. Dasa Vrindavanam Vande Kṛṣṇadāsa Prabhum Tata Chanavatara Caitanya-līlā Vistara Karino Dva Nityananda Padabja Karuna Renu Bhushito Vyaktachano Buddhachinchao Vavande Vyasa Rupino. So this is Gurudev's pranam mantra. I offer my obeisance unto Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur and Srila Kṛṣṇadāsa Kavirāja Gosvāmī Prabhu. They are the expounders of the pastimes of the hidden avatar Sri Chaitanya, and they are adorned with mercy pollen from Nityananda Prabhu's lotus feet. I offer my obeisance unto those two forms of Vyasadeva, one of whom is manifest and one of whom is hidden, one of whom is intelligible and one of whom is inconceivable. Hare Krishna. Jai. And then, so now Gurudev, that was the introduction. Now Gurudev is speaking. When I wrote an introduction to Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat, I thought both Kṛṣṇadāsa Kavirāja Gosvāmī and Vrindavan Das Thakur are Veda Vyas. But one is Vyakta, manifest, and the other is Avyakta, or Gura, confidential. Kṛṣṇadāsa Kavirāja Gosvāmī is the Vyas of Mahāprabhu's Gura-līlā. I think that's how you say it. He revealed Chaitanya Mahāprabhu's hidden pastimes. Vrindavan Das Thakur described Mahāprabhu's pastimes in Navadip and Jagannath Kshetra. These are his Vyakta-līlā, public pastimes. Thinking in this way, I composed a pranam mantra for Vrindavan Das Thakur and Kavirāja Gosvāmī. That mantra is my heart's expression, and I am so satisfied with it. That's wonderful. It has been revealed by the mercy of Vrindavan Das Thakur and Kṛṣṇadāsa Kavirāja Gosvāmī. They are so merciful to us. And then he quotes it again. When I composed this verse, I realized that Vrindavan Das Thakur is the first Veda Vyas for Caitanya-līlā, but that Caitanya-līlā has two forms, a manifest form and a chana, hidden form. In Srimad Bhagavatam, where there is a reference to the Lord's avatar in Kali Yuga, the word chana is used. Itang nritya grishi deva jasa vatarai lokan vibhavyasi hangshi jagat pratipan dhamam mahaparusha pashi yuganuvritam chanakalo yad abhavas chiyugota sattvam. That's from Bhagavatam, 7th canto. In the Kali Yuga, Lord Krishna manifested in a chana, hidden form. Huh? Just, yeah, it's got that double CH, so it's like hidden form, and tasted Radharani's supreme mood of devotion. Without that mood, Krishna could not taste himself fully. For this reason, he is called the hidden Chana avatar. The Lord is called Triyuga in this verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, he who appears in 3 ages. This is because his avatar in Kali Yuga is not openly indicated. Elsewhere in Srimad Bhagavatam, however, there is an explanation of the Lord's hidden avatar. This is from the 11th canto. Krishnavanam tisha krishnam sangopangastraparshanam yagyai sankirtana prayai yajanti sumedasa. Meaning the Lord will always chant the name Krishna and his form will be golden. With his associates, he will propagate the sacrifice of Sankirtan to the people in general. Yeah, it's pretty explicit, isn't it? In this way, it is proved in the scriptures that Krishna appears in the Kali Yuga in a hidden form to distribute himself. And Srila Rupa Goswami also wrote, and it's quoted in Caitanya-caritāmṛta, Anapita charim chirat karunyavatina kalo samapaitam tojvala rasam sva bhakti shriyam hari purata sundara juti kadamba sandipitaha sada hridaya kandare spuratu va sachinandana. Hari himself, in an effulgent golden form, is intoxicated with his own name and distributing it to the masses, and distributing to the masses the super excellent devotional mood, Madhurya Rasa. He is distributing it to whoever desires it. May that Lord Sri Sachinandan reveal himself in your heart. Rupa Goswami Prabhu composed this shloka as a blessing to his readers. Kṛṣṇadāsa Kavirāja Goswami is the Chana Vyasa Avatar, and Vrindavan Das Thakur is the Vyakta Vyasa Avatar. This feeling came to me, and I composed my pranam mantra for them. After hearing this verse, all the Vaishnavas who are qualified in Sanskrit praised it greatly and blessed me. This is very good for our society. All credit goes to the devotees, though. It is necessary to get Mahāprabhu's devotees' mercy. Then one will understand Mahāprabhu's divine form and gift. By the devotees' mercy, I am inspired, and then I give inspiration to others. Everything is the wealth of the devotees. Nothing is my personal wealth. Beautiful. So Jai Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur ki Jai, and Jai Srila Kṛṣṇadāsa Kavirāja Gosvāmī ki Jai, and Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev-Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. So with that in mind, we shall go to the Chana Vyasa, his great work, the Sri Caitanya-caritāmṛta of Veda Vyasa, of okay. So we finished, yes, Jai Sri Caitanya-caritāmṛta ki Jai. We were on the first chapter of the Madhya-līlā, and yesterday I think we got to text 90. Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhaktavinda Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhaktavinda. And that text 90 said, just to indicate those pastimes, these unfathomable, unlimited pastimes, after he accepted the renounced order, just to indicate those pastimes, I am presenting a general survey of the chief pastimes in the form of a synopsis. So it's the first chapter of the Madhya-līlā. We're getting condensed synopsis. So we'll begin on 91, in that chapter. Pratama Sutra Prabhura Sanyasa Karan Sanyasa Kari Chalila Prabhu Sri Vrindavan. This is the first synopsis. After accepting the sannyas order, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu proceeded towards Vrindavan. Premete Vivala Bhaya Naika Smaran Radha Desha Tina Dina Karila Brahman. While proceeding toward Vrindavan, Mahaprabhu was overwhelmed with ecstatic love for Krishna, and he lost all remembrance of the external world. In this way, he traveled continuously for 3 days in Radhadesh, the country where the Ganga does not flow. Nityananda Prabhu Mahāprabhu Bhulaiya, bewildering. Nityananda Prabhu Mahāprabhu Bhulaiya, Ganga Tire Laya Aila, Jamuna Baliya. First of all, Nityananda bewildered Mahaprabhu by bringing him along the banks of the Ganga, saying that it was the river Jamuna. Shantipuri Acharjera Griya Agaman Pratama Bika Kailatan Rache Sankirtan. After 3 days, Mahaprabhu came to the house of Advaita Acharya at Shantipur and accepted alms there. ALMS. This was his first acceptance of alms. So that was the first time as a sannyasi he received the bika. At night he performed congregational chanting there. Mata Bhakta Ganera Tan Karila Milan Sava Samadhana Kari Kaila Nilaji Gaman. At the house of Advaita Prabhu, he met his mother as well as all the devotees from Mayapur. He adjusted everything, and then went to Jagannath Puri. Let's just hear a little bit from Srila Prabhupada on this subject. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu knew very well that his acceptance of sannyas was a thunderbolt for his mother. He therefore called for his mother and the devotees from Mayapur, and by the arrangement of Sri Advaita Acharya, he met them for the last time after his acceptance of sannyas. His mother was overwhelmed with grief when she saw that he was clean shaven. There was no longer any beautiful hair on his head. Mother Sachi was pacified by all the devotees, and Mahaprabhu asked her to cook for him because he was very hungry, not having taken anything for 3 days. His mother immediately agreed, and forgetting everything else, she cooked for Mahaprabhu during all the days she was at the house of Sri Advaita Prabhu. Then after a few days, Mahaprabhu requested his mother's permission to go to Jagannath Puri. At his mother's request, he made Jagannath Puri his headquarters after acceptance of sannyas. Thus everything was adjusted, and with his mother's permission, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu proceeded toward Jagannath Puri. So beautiful. Next verse, 96. Pate naya lila rasa deva darashana madhava puri katha gopalashtapana. On the way toward Jagannath Puri, Mahaprabhu performed many other pastimes. He visited various temples and heard about the story of who? Did anyone catch it? Madhava Purida, Madhavenjapuri, and the installation of Gopal. Srila Prabhupada says this Madhava Puri is Madhavenjapuri. Another Madhava Puri is Madhavacharya, who was the spiritual master of a devotee in the line of Gadadhar Pandit and who wrote a book known as Sri Mangal Bhashya. Madhavacharya, however, is different from Madhavenjapuri, who is mentioned in this verse. Kiya Churikata Shakshi Gopala Vivaran Nityananda Kaila Prabhuda Danda Banjana. From Nityananda Prabhu, Mahaprabhu heard the story of Kiya Churi Gopina and of the witness Gopal. Jai Mahaprabhu. Gauranga Sundar. Then Nityananda Prabhu broke the sannyas rod belonging to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Krudahaya ekagela Jagannatha dekite dekia muchitahaya parila bhumite. After his sannyas rod was broken by Nityananda Prabhu, Mahaprabhu apparently became very angry and left his company to travel alone to the Jagannath temple. When Mahaprabhu entered the Jagannath temple and saw Lord Jagannath, what did he do? He immediately lost his senses and fell down on the ground. That's what happened. Sarvabhauma Layagela Apana Bhavana Tritiya Prahare Prabhuda Haila Chetana. After Mahāprabhu saw Lord Jagannath in the temple and fell down unconscious, who came? Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya took him to his home. The Lord remained unconscious until the afternoon, when he finally regained his consciousness. We were just there, at that place. Inconceivable joy. Nityananda Jagadananda Damodara Mukunda Bhatyashimila Sabi Paila Ananda. The Lord had left Nityananda's company and had gone alone to the Jagannath temple. But later, Nityananda, Jagadananda, Damodara, Mukunda came to see him. And after seeing him, they were very pleased. Tabe Sarvabhauma Prabhu Kṛṣṇadāsa Apana Ishvara Murti Tane Dekaila. Ishvara Murti. After this incident, Mahāprabhu bestowed his mercy upon Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya by showing him his original form as the Lord. He showed him his Ishvara Murti. Tabatakarila Prabhu Dakine Gaman Kumakshetra Kaila Vasudeva Vimochan. After bestowing mercy upon Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, the Lord started for southern India. When he came to Kurmakshetra, he delivered a person named Vasudeva. Jyara Nishinga Kaila Nishinga Stavana Pate Pate Grame Grame Nama Pravatana. After visiting Kurmakshetra, the Lord visited the South Indian temple of Jyara Nishinga and offered his prayers to Lord Nishingadev. On his way, he introduced the chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra in every village. Grame 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 Nama Pravatana. What are you singing, Abhi?
Nama Pravatana.
There you go. Wonderful. Oh, you okay? You got me doing it now. Godavari Tira Vani Vrindavana Brahma Ramanandaraya Saha Tahani Milan. Once the Lord mistook the forest on the bank of the river Godavari to be Vrindavan. In that place, he happened to meet Ramananda Rai. That's who he meets on the banks of the Godavari. Along with his elephants and entourage, and he was a very prominent, important person. And when he came to take a bath, he didn't just run down with his gumcha. he went in style with all the, the pomp and circumstance, all the paraphernalia of a very VIP, very important Prabhu. Chimala Tripadishtan Kaila Darashan Savachakarila Krishna Nama Pracharan. He visited the places known as Tirumala and Tirupati, where he extensively preached the chanting of the Lord's holy name. Tabeta Pashandegana Karila Dalan Ahovala Nishingadi Kaila Darashan. After visiting the temples of Tirumala and Tirupati, Mahāprabhu had to subdue some atheists. He then visited the temple of Ahobila Nishinga, Ahobilandam, the appearance place of Mahāprabhu, which I think is Andhra Pradesh. Well, it says, Srila Prabhupada says that Ahobila temple is situated in Dakshinatya in the district of Karnula within the subdivision of Shabela. Hare Krishna. Shiranga Shechaila Kavirāja Tira. Kavirāja Tira, on the banks of the Kaveri. Shiranga Dekhiya Prema Haila Ashtira. When Mahāprabhu came to the land of Shiranga Kshetra on the bank of the Kaveri, he visited the temple of Sri Ranganath and was there overwhelmed in the ecstasy of love of Godhead. And what happened there when he was there? Who did he meet? Where did he stay? You know. He stayed in the home of Venkatapati for how long?
Must be 3 months, surely.
4
months.
4 months, Chatumasya. And who was was it this nephew or son of Venkatapati? Gopal Bhatta Gosvāmī. Anyway, I'm sure we're going to hear that, but oh yeah, oh no, anyway. Anyway, we're just remembering because so many wonderful things happen there too. Trimala Bhattera Gari Kaila Prabhu Vash Tari Rahila Prabhu Vasha Charimash. Mahaprabhu lived in the house of Trimala Bhatta for the 4 months of the rainy season. Sri Vaishnava Trimala Bhatta Parama Pandita. What was he? Yeah, he was a big pandit. Sri Vaishnava Trimala Bhatta Parama Pandita Goshaira Panditya Prema Haila Vishmita. Sri Trimala Bhatta was both a member of the Sri Vaishnava community and a learned scholar. Therefore, when he saw Mahāprabhu, who was both a great scholar and a great devotee of the Lord, he was very much astonished. Chatumasya tam Prabhu Shri Vaishnavera Sane Godaila Nitya Gita Krishna Sankirtane. Mahāprabhu passed the Chatumasya months with the Sri Vaishnavas, singing, chanting the holy name, and dancing. Chatumasya ante puna dakina gaman Paramananda Puri Sahatani Milan. At the end of Chatumasya, Mahaprabhu continued traveling throughout South India. At that time, he met Paramananda Puri. Tabe Bhattatari haite Kṛṣṇadāsa udhara Rama Japi Vipramukhe Kṛṣṇanam Prachara. After this, Kṛṣṇadāsa, the servant of Mahaprabhu, was delivered from the clutches of a Bhattatari. Mahaprabhu then preached that Lord Krishna's name should also be chanted by Brahmanas who were accustomed to chanting Lord Rama's name. In the Malabar district, this is Srila Prabhupada's purport, in the Malabar district, a section of the Brahmanas are known as Nambudari Brahmanas, and the Bhattataris are their priests. Bhattataris know many tantric black arts, such as the art of killing a person, of bringing him under submission, and of destroying or devastating him. They are very expert in these black arts. And one such Bhattatari bewildered the personal servant of Mahaprabhu while the servant accompanied the Lord in his travels through South India. Somehow or other, Mahaprabhu delivered this Kṛṣṇadāsa from the clutches of the Bhattatari. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is well known as Patita Pavana, the savior of the fallen soul, all fallen souls. And he proved this in his behavior towards his personal servant Kṛṣṇadāsa, whom he saved. Sri Rangapuri Saha Tahai Milan Ramadasa Viprera Kaila Tukka Vimochan. Mahaprabhu then met Sri Rangapuri and mitigated all the sufferings of a Brahmin named Ramadas. Tattvavadi saha kaila tattvara vichara apanake ya buddhi haila tansavara. Mahaprabhu also had a discussion with the Tattvavadi community, and the Tattvavadis felt themselves to be inferior Vaishnavas. Ananta Purushottama Sri Janardana Padmanava Vasudeva Kaila Darashana. So this is the name of temples, not devotees. Ananta Purushottam Sri Janardana Padmanava. Mahaprabhu then visited the Vishnu temples of Anantadev, Purushottam, Sri Janardana, Padmanava and Vasudeva. And it's interesting because in the purport, Srila Prabhupada says, a temple of Ananta Padmanabha Vishnu is situated in the Trivandrum district. And then in brackets, Tribhuvanathapuram. So because when this was being written, that was the name of that city in Trivandrum. But since then, it's been changed to Tribhuvanathapuram. It's gone back to that name that's in brackets. This temple is very famous in those quarters. Another Vishnu temple named Sri Janardana is situated about 26 miles north of the Trivandrum district. Tabe Prabhu Kaila Sapta Tala Vimochana Setu Bhande Snana Rameshvara Darashana. After that, Mahaprabhu delivered the celebrated Saptatala trees, took his bath at Setubhanda Rameshvara, and visited the temple of Lord Shiva, known as Rameshvara. And Srila Prabhupada tells us, it is said that the Saptatala trees were very old, massive palm trees. There was once a fight between Bali and his brother Sugriva, and Lord Ramachandra took the side of Sugriva and killed Bali, keeping himself behind one of those celebrated trees. When Mahaprabhu toured South India, he embraced the trees, which were delivered and directly promoted to Vaikuntha. Kai Karila Kuma Purana Shravana Maya Sita Nilike Ravan Tahita Likana. At Rameshvara, Mahaprabhu had the chance to read the Kurma Purana, in which he discovered that the form of Sita kidnapped by Ravana is not that of the real Sita, but a mere shadow representation. Oh, Mahaprabhu discovered there, in which he discovered. And Srila Prabhupada says the Kurma Purana states that this shadowy Sita was placed into a fire as a test of chastity. It was the Maya Sita who entered the fire, and the real Sita who came out of the fire. Shunya Prabhupada Anandita Hoilaman. He was quite happy to hear that. He was very happy to hear that. He was Anandita Hoilamana to hear that. Ramadasa Viprera Kata Haila Smaram. Mahaprabhu was very glad to read about the false Sita, and he remembered his meeting with Ramadas Vipra, who was very sorry that Mother Sita had been kidnapped by Ravana. Hare Krishna. Say Putratana Pacha Agraha Karinila Ramadasa Dekaya Dukkha Kandaila. Indeed, Mahaprabhu eagerly tore this page from the Kurma Purana, although the book was very old, and he later showed it to Ramadas Vipra, whose unhappiness was mitigated. Brahma Sangita Kana Murita Dui Puntipai Dui Pushtaka Laya Aila Uttama Janina. Mahāprabhu also found two other books, namely the Brahma Samhita and Kṛṣṇadāsa. Knowing these books to be excellent, he took them to present to his devotees. Srila Prabhupada says, in the olden days, there were no presses, and all the important scriptures were handwritten and kept in large temples. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu found the Brahma Samhita and Kṛṣṇadāsa in handwritten texts, and knowing them to be very authoritative, he took them with him to present to his devotees. Of course, he obtained the permission of the temple commander. Don't take books from the temple without the permission of the temple commander. Mahāprabhu is showing by example, this is the procedure. Now both the Brahma Samhita and Kṛṣṇadāsa are available in print with commentaries by Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Punarapi nilachali gamana karila bhaktagana maliya snana jatcha dekela. After collecting these books, Mahāprabhu returned to Jagannath Puri. At that time, the bathing ceremony of Jagannath was taking place, and he saw it. Mahāprabhu saw that bathing ceremony. Snan Jatra. Anavasare Jagannatera na payadarashana virahe alalanata karilagaman. When Jagannath was absent from the temple, Mahāprabhu, who could not see him, felt separation and left Jagannath Puri to go to a place known as Alalanath. And Srila Prabhupada tells us Alalanath is also known as Brahmagiri. This place is about 14 miles from Jagannath Puri and is also on the beach. There is a temple of Jagannath there. And at the present moment, a police station and post office are situated there because so many people come to see the temple. And the word Anavasara is used when Sri Jagannath Ji cannot be seen in the temple. After the bathing ceremony, Snan Jatra, Lord Jagannath apparently becomes sick. He is therefore removed to his private apartment where no one can see him. Actually, during this period, renovations are made on the body of the Jagannath deity. And this is what Gurudev would call nourishment. Nourishment would be given to the Jagannath deity. This is called Navajovana. During the Ratha Yatra ceremony, Lord Jagannath once again comes before the public. Thus, for 15 days after the bathing ceremony, Lord Jagannath is not visible to any visitors. Bhaktasane Dina Kata Taina Rahila Gaurera Bhakta Aishe Samachara Paila. Mahāprabhu remained for some time at Alalanath. In the meantime, he received news that all the devotees from Bengal were coming to Jagannath Puri. Nityananda Sarvabhauma Agraha Kariya Nilachala Aili Mahaprabhu ke Laiya. When the devotees from Bengal arrived at Jagannath Puri, both Nityananda Prabhu and Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya greatly endeavored to take Mahaprabhu back to Jagannath Puri. I'm looking for somewhere to stop. I don't want to leave him there. Virahe vivala prabhu na jane rachadine hen kale aila gaurera bhaktagane. When Mahaprabhu finally left Alalanath to return to Jagannath Puri, he was overwhelmed both day and night due to separation from Jagannath. His lamentation knew no bounds. During this time, all the devotees from different parts of Bengal, and especially from Navadip, arrived in Jagannath Puri. This is better. Sabe mila yuktakari kirtana arambila kirtana aveshi prabhura mana shtira haila. After due consideration, all the devotees began chanting the holy name congregationally. That means kirtan, it says. Mahaprabhu's mind was thus pacified by the ecstasy of the chanting. So that's a good place to stop, because Mahaprabhu's mind is feeling pacified with all the devotees doing kirtan. Jai, Jai Nilachaladhan ki Jai, Jai Jagannatha ki Jai, Jai, Jai. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all his devotees happily back in Jagannath Puri ki Jai. And of course, Srila Kṛṣṇadāsa Kavirāja Gosvāmī ki Jai, and Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur ki Jai, and Srila A.C. Bhakti Swami Prabhupada and his devotees who brought Sri Caitanya-caritāmṛta into English and so many other languages. Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Bol.
Devananda is ready with the microphone.
Sorry? What did she say? Do you want to sing Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Jaya Namaha
Hari Haraya Nama
Krishna
Haraya Namaha
Madhavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha
Madhavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha
Gopala Govinda Ram Srimati Sudana
Gopala Govinda Ram Srimati Sudana
Giridhari Gopinath Namaha
Giridhari Gopinath Padana Mohana
Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Chandra
Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Chandra
Radhadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Radhadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunatha
Jaya Rupa Sanatan Bhakta Raghunatha
Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Raghunatha
Shri Jiva Gopala Bhakta Dasa Raghunatha
Aichoy Gosai Koi Charana Vandana
Jaya Goshana Kori Charana Vandana
Saha Hoite Vignana Smapishka Purana
Jaya Hote Vinana Namishta Purana
Aichoy Gosai Mui Panoda
Jaya Goshana Jara Muni Panada
Vasapala Pada Renu Moa Panchakara
Dasavara Padare Mumura Panchakrata
Madheva Charana Sevi Bhakta Sanaipa
Radhe
Jai Sabarika Shishi Guru Gauranga Sundar Radha Giridhari Ki Jai. Jai Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev-Gosvami Maharaj Ki Jai. Srila Bhakti Rakshidha Dev-Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada Ki Jai. Rupanuga Guru Bhaga Ki Jai. And Tuti Devotee Ki Jai.